Well, I guess I'm a loser. Baby. So why don't you kill me? Now don't get excited. I'm not on the road again. I had to pick up an abandoned truck. The driver was a 3-year driver, and he quit. He must be a fucking loser too, right? So, what prompted me to make this video is I know this early retirement plan of mine, or semi-retirement as I call it, basically just being a part-time worker instead of a full-time worker, can rub people the wrong way. Everyone thinks that because they bust their ass 70 hours a week that they're better than everyone else, that they're fighting the good fight, they're making sacrifices. So the comment that prompted this, and when I told my friend about this comment, he lost his shit because he's sacrificed a lot and still can't get ahead. So, you know, I wanted to respond to this comment. I'm not going to tell you who wrote it, but this is what was written. This guy is a fucking loser, isn't he? Non-stop complaining and constantly looking for the path of least resistance. There isn't any free lunch in this world. Get your finger out of your ass and make some sacrifices in order to make something happen, for fuck's sake. Someone asked him what he did for a living. He's like, I bust my fucking ass every day running tower cranes. I hate it, and I watch people quit all the time. People need to suck it up and put in some fucking hours, for fuck's sakes. Alright, so clearly this individual is probably from my generation-ish, and, you know, we went through school and we got indoctrinated to be good, solid workers. So work hard your whole life, 40 years, put in 40 years, but not even 40-hour work weeks. So shit, I don't know what a 40-hour work week was, you know, where you go home at the end of the day, every day, fucking... So we're taught to become obedient workers. We don't even get into what the current generations are being taught, because I guess they're being taught to be dependent on the government and corporations and given their opinions, and being taught, you know, that things are based on the color of your skin, and that, you know, whatever your pronouns might be, I don't know. They're being taught that instead of how to actually fucking survive in the world. But to be fair, we were indoctrinated a little different. We were meant to be consumers. You know, the 80s were all about being a consumer. And we were meant to be workers. They still mildly encouraged entrepreneurship, but didn't really give you a lot of tools to do that, you know, and starting your own business and whatnot. So, a lot of what I see around me, you know, as I'm 47 years old right now, is I've seen people that went through this whole process. I see people, some boomers that went through their 40-year work cycle, even have pensions. Pensions don't fucking exist anymore, at least not in my job, maybe in your cush non-loser job at Mr. Tower Crane Operator, but us truckers out here, we don't know what the fuck a pension is because we got a 401 fucking K. And how's that 401k doing right now? You know, I guess because I'm a fucking loser, right? You know, I'm glad I got out of that when I did. So, yeah, I don't have anything put away for my retirement. I'm going to be relying on the bankrupt Social Security system, if that even is there when I get there. The bottom line is I'm never going to be able to be fully retired. And even if I had a 401k, I still probably wouldn't be able to be fully retired due to the rate of inflation. So, when you say make sacrifices, I'm just going to run through some of the sacrifices I've made. First of all, I did 10 years in the Air Force. I got a little too fat during that, so I couldn't do 20 years in the Air Force and get a pension. Was originally my goal. I haven't been able to maintain a long-term relationship due to being a truck driver. You know, the longest relationship I had was 5 years. So there's that. So I've sacrificed that aspect of our existence, you know, finding a mate and procreating and moving along your bloodline and furthering the human species. No, not in today's fucking dating world. I have lived every aspect of the American dream, from having a house all the way down to being homeless in a vehicle. I've done all of it. And I've been in debt up to my eyeballs. And I've been bankrupt. That was a long time ago. And then I ran up debt again after being bankrupt. How easy that was. All because I was over-consuming, buying shit I don't need, trying to maintain a household, doing all of these things that have led me ultimately to the bitter prick that you see today. And yes, I do complain a lot because it sucks. All right? So, after my 10 years in the Air Force, I got into trucking to maintain the income lifestyle because I didn't leave the Air Force with a degree or anything useful skill-wise. I could either be a security guard or I could be a fucking truck driver. So I chose truck driver. The other alternatives were working in retail or working in, we didn't have gig economy at this time, or working in fast food or something, or pizza delivery. I chose to go with trucking because it maintained a similar middle class, allegedly, lifestyle. Now, I've never seen this fucking middle class lifestyle since becoming a trucker. I did fight to maintain a household a couple times, ended up in a relationship or two where I lived with somebody in a house. But for the most part, you can't live out here and maintain a life back home, financially speaking, a middle-class life. Definitely couldn't get a house. Didn't have the credit or the ability to do that because I'm a fucking loser, remember? So I've pretty much sacrificed a lot. Like, I don't have anything to show for it. I own my vehicle. I sleep on a little pull-out couch in a little-ass room. And that's when I'm not living in these fucking things. I'd say I sacrificed a lot and didn't get much in return. But what I've noticed is that a lot of people who made these same sacrifices don't get retirement. They get to retirement age, some of them. But let's face it, a lot of people that I've lost have made it to either my age or less, despite making all of their sacrifices, making something happen. They made something happen, all right. And now they're gone. And they didn't get any time. No time whatsoever to do the things that are important to them, to do the things they enjoy doing. I have made that time. Over the last 5 or 6 years, I've become minimalist. I'm debt-free. So I've gotten off my ass and made some shit happen, wouldn't you say? And I'm not asking for a free lunch. I do work. I work as much as I need to. But I now temper that and balance that to have a significant amount of time. Though that sacrifice that you're making, you just can't up and go to Vegas for a fucking month. You can't drive all the national parks and go camping in the woods whenever you fucking feel like it. I've managed to get some of that time. Not all of it. It's not perfect. I wouldn't say I've perfected my semi-retirement yet. And right now I got some situations I got to be local, and that's a sacrifice that I'm making. But I'm not going to go full-time local, and I still want command of my time. So I'm balancing between this job, which is a part-time instructor / go repo trucks guy, apparently, or basically whatever they need me to do. 2 to 3 days a week doing that. And then if I need a little more money, I work the gig economy. But if I need time off, I can tell this job, hey, I'm going to be off this amount of time. Or, hey, I need more work. Do you got anything extra? I can do that too. So, I made Today, I made a sacrifice. I got on a fucking train to Albany and then Ubered from the train to this truck, which was at the time filled with another driver's piss jugs. Don't even ask me to open that refrigerator again. I made that mistake once. I'm not going to do it again. I'd say I made some sacrifices. And you know what? I want more time. I don't want to wait till my health fails until I get killed in this fucking thing. To retire and enjoy my life. I want my time now, when I'm still healthy enough to enjoy it, where I can still walk through the woods without having a stroke, where I can climb a mountain without my knees hurting, where I can enjoy my life, where I could still do the things that younger folks do. Because what I see, the people that manage to get to retirement age, their health or well-being isn't up to par with what they want to do. My mother can barely drag herself out to play bingo, and that's one of the things she enjoys. And not to mention, her health has been going severely downhill with diabetes, and she's losing use of her hands and very, low dexterity in her hands right now. Can't lift very much. She couldn't go on these trips that I've been doing. And when I'm damn sure, the way I've been living my lifestyle lately, that I won't be able to function when I'm 65 the way I want to. I still got things I want to do, and yes, I will get back on the horse at some point when I need to get my health back on track. Maybe be a little less fat, but I don't feel the need to right now. I know what needs to be done, and when push comes to shove, I'll do it. But right now, I'm in kind of a nice little holding pattern. So yeah, I am taking the path of least resistance. It's the only way that you'll get those retirement years in. And I've gotten 2, possibly almost 3 years of semi-retirement under my belt, here and there. I work as much as I need to have an emergency fund, to cover my bills, to keep food in my fat gut. I do what's necessary and not a fucking ounce more. That's it. And once my emergency fund's rebuilt, I can drop the amount of work I'm doing down even further. So, as you sit there in your fucking crane dropping fucking who knows what on who knows who near buildings and shit, more power to you. If you're fucking happy, which you say you're not, I don't know why you're going to keep doing shit that you're unhappy with. What prize do you think you're working towards? What's at the end of the fucking rainbow if you're in this miserable fucking job that everybody quits? I just, this driver that I repoed this truck, he left it at his apartment complex on a street in fucking Albany. And because they gave me the wrong key, the key that they gave me to take this truck and bring it back to Syracuse, didn't work. So I had to contact this driver, and he had to come out, and thankfully he took his piss jugs and all his other stuff that he still had in here with him. And I asked him how long he'd been driving, and he said 3 years, and I just needed it was affecting my head. My mental health wasn't doing good. I had to get off the road. And he asked me how long I've been doing, and I said 20 years. And it will be 20 years this August. Will be the 20-year anniversary. I've got almost 2 million miles under my belt. I'm sure no sacrifices were made during that time frame. But this driver said it takes a special kind of guy or person, takes a special kind of person to be successful in this career. And by successful, lasting 20 years. You know, let alone retirement age. You know, which I'd have to do, you know, probably another 20 years to get to, because there's no retiring at 65 in this economy. So I'm struggling to do my semi-retirement plan, but I've got a couple years under my belt, you know, and I'm going to have a couple more under my belt here and there. It's just a question of what I need to do to make it happen. I will always work. I will always work part-time. I'll make videos. I'll do Uber or Lyft or whatever fucking stupid gig apps pop up. You know, I've been looking at becoming an independent contractor with a van at some point. Maybe in the future when the economy bounces back, which is going to be very labor intensive, but it allows you to travel and you can take time off whenever you want, and you're in a van, not a truck, so then you can park wherever the hell you want and go see things and do things in this country and actually have the money to do it because you're an independent contractor. So, yeah. I'm not looking for a free lunch. I don't have a free lunch. I'm not collecting any government benefits. All right? I'm not costing the taxpayers a fucking dime. I work enough to pay for the things I need and to do the bills. And not much more than that. And if I want to do something extra, if I want to take a trip somewhere, I want to go to the bar, I want to go out to the restaurant, I go and I work and do the shitty ass fucking delivery, and it is shitty. I've really grown to hate food delivery, and I do it at a minimum now. I stick more with the retail delivery and this. So just because I won't suck it up and do shitty shit till I'm 65 doesn't make me a loser. All right? Sorry. You know? Live your life. Quit judging other people based on the stupid shit you're doing, working a job you hate. If you're working a job you hate, fucking change it. You're not getting any younger. All right? You got to change your circumstances. If you're in debt up to your eyeballs and you can't quit, or you've got a family to take care of, then you should do that. But do it smartly and wisely and acquire skills necessary in the fields that you want, that you would like to work in, that you wouldn't feel like you're working. Because there are things I do that I can make money with that don't feel like work because I enjoy it. You know? But so many people make the sacrifices you're talking about and get nothing at the end. I've seen it over and over again. You know, they end up with all of their saving. I've seen an elderly couple split up at the end of their life cycle. They're still alive as far as I know, but they're living in a nursing home. All of their assets, and they did everything. They saved all of the, you know, they had that. They owned their house outright. That's gone now, you know, and they were split up in the fucking nursing home. Miserable. I've never seen somebody so sad and depressed as these two individuals were. And when I saw that and talked to them and saw that they were split up, and just couldn't see each other. And I was like, not me. And I made the same deal with my mother. Not you either. You know, you'll be in your house, and I will do any sacrifice necessary to make that happen. And that's, you know, that's what's awaiting a lot of people, especially if you're alone. Who's going to be there for me when I'm older? I don't anticipate finding a ride or die, you know, or a good relationship between now and the time I'm old. I'm going to be on my own. I'm going to be that guy they find bloated in the apartment in the week and a half after he slipped in the shower and smacked his head. That's me when I'm old, all right? I have no delusions that I'm going to have a great golden years at the end of my days. Another reason I want this semi-retirement lifestyle now. And not only do I want it, I'm getting it. I'm doing it. I've been doing it, and I'll continue to fucking do it. And yes, I'm going to complain along the way. Because, let's face it, when you look at the economy and the way our government and the way they're spending everything, that we, all this extra money that we could have is being wasted. And they're really just, food will probably be up 100% next year from where it was last year. 100%, double the cost. It's pretty close to that now. And when I'm old, I'm probably going to be on beans and rice at that point. So I'm enjoying... I had Taco Bell today. Wait till I blow up the bathroom later. So, I'm sorry, but fuck you for judging me. I've made plenty of sacrifices in my life, and I didn't list them all here, but there are plenty. And I've paid my dues. And if you think I'm going to keep fucking doing that just because you called me a fucking loser and you got some kind of judgment on me, I don't care what you think. You just sit there in your fucking crane till you're fucking too old to do anything, all right? You just sit in there and be miserable every fucking day and then come on the internet at the end of your 12-hour shift and leave a shitty fucking comment and tell me I suck. Probably because you're jealous of having time. I have my time. I have full control of my time. If tomorrow's Saturday. If Monday I decide not to work, I can be like, hey, I ain't coming in Monday. If I need more work, I can add more work. But I control my time. It is not owned by the company. It is not owned by the gig economy. It is mildly manipulated by my bills. So I have like a bare minimum I have to make. And I'm doing above that right now, like I said, rebuilding my savings. So, that's that, I feel sorry for you, to be honest. I'm incapable of working a job I hate to 70 hours a week. I've done my fair share of that, all right? 20 years. And it's time I'll never get back. I wish I had known and was able to make some different choices early in my life so that I could have lived a much happier, more fulfilling life. All right? But I've made enough sacrifices, and I have a few more I'm making. Not for me, but for others. But after that, it's going to be about me. What makes me happy? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? That's what's going to happen. All right? So, yeah. That could change. I could end up in a relationship somehow. Lightning could strike me in the balls or something. But for the time being, I'm taking care of myself as much as I can. And I'm taking care of my mother. And I'm taking care of my friends as best as I can because I can be there for them. They can't always be there for me because they're working. Just saying. And they're trying to get ahead. My friend's trying to... The one that lost his shit when he read your comment, he's really busting his ass to try and get debt-free so that he can reclaim his time. And he gets a pension from the military. So, if I had a pension, damn, I'd be living like a fucking king right now. So, but I didn't get in long enough because I got fat. Didn't make that sacrifice. All right, I wanted to vent. Sorry to be all ranty, but the reason I addressed this comment is because I know he's not alone. In fact, somebody liked his comment. That's even better. But I know that when I tell somebody my lifestyle choice, when I tell them what I'm doing, what I'm trying to accomplish, they don't understand at all. They think I'm a lazy fucking prick who doesn't do anything, which is not true at all. All right? I just do less than a lot of people because I don't have as much, I have hardly any debt. My living expenses and my lifestyle are very frugal and very, small. All my shit's in one room, barring like a little bit of storage in a basement right now. So, yeah, that's it. Pull-out couch every night. For the last, I don't even know how many fucking years, whenever I've been home, it's been a pull-out couch. And when I've been on the road, I've been sleeping in this thing, or I've been sleeping in my Prius, doing whatever's necessary to keep my lifestyle in check so that I don't have to work 70 hours a week. Because fuck that. Because the only person getting rich when I work 70 hours a week are the fucking corporations and these companies that could give two shits about me. So yeah, that's that. What the fuck do I know? Don't get defensive if you also work 70 hours a week and you think I'm a loser too. Live your life. If that's the life you chose, it's all in your hands. It's all your choices. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. You force yourself to do these things. When you consume excessive amounts of shit and you put yourself in debt up to your eyeballs, you are essentially enslaving yourself to this system. I woke up to this years ago, and I took the couple years to get debt-free. And now, as a result of that, I do not have to work 70 hours a week to pay the bills. If I work 70 hours a week, it's usually just to build up a big savings so that I can go and enjoy my life. And go on long trips across the country. And I've learned to make that work. As you've seen, when I went to the Vegas trip, I did some gigs work along the way to help keep my expenses down. Didn't help that the car broke down, but look at that. I weathered that storm too. So, but at the end of the day, I would not, if I had to take what I've done the last month and a half versus being in this thing 70 hours a week, away from home, living in this box, stuck in this box like it's a jail cell, it's no contest. As much as I bitch, I sometimes forget that I really do have it better than I did, say, 10 years ago. So, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna sit on my hands and be like, oh, I'm content. No, I want to maximize my efficiency and maximize my control of time, because that's something that's your only resource. Money is an illusion compared to time. All right, and it takes you inordinate amounts of time to get that money. So I hope that money is spent properly on things that bring you joy, things that bring you fulfillment. I hope it keeps a roof over your head. I hope it keeps your vehicle going, whatever you need to do. But don't just waste your time, because you never know. You could die tomorrow. And if you were to die tomorrow, would you be happy with your life so far? That's the ultimate question. And my question used to be no. When I was in the thick of it, in debt up to my eyeballs, maintaining a household, doing all the things, I would have been miserable if I died. I'd been like, I lived a shitty life, it sucked. Now, since I've done what I've done, and you can go back and watch the videos of the times I've quit trucking, the times I've been, a photographer, and I got to go overseas, and I was in awe of some of the things I got to do when I was more broke than when I was working 70 hours a week making top dollar. And by top dollar, I mean barely middle class wages. So be it, It is what it is. But what the fuck do I know? Please like and subscribe for more shit. and I'll make more shit. If you like this video and you want me to keep making videos, you can go to ScottTheTruckDriver.com and sacrifice a tip to the tip jar, and that'll help motivate me and guilt trip me into making more videos. Or if you don't want to do that, you just want to keep up to date. My 30-minute break's over. If you want to keep up to date, and with when I post videos and when I do premieres, YouTube's not the best at doing that, so you can sign up in the link below at that same link as the tip jar. You can sign up for my free email list, and I send out an email whenever I post a new video. No more than 5 emails a month, though. So if I do more than 5 videos, then within the time period, then I have to miss an email here and there. So that's that. Have a nice motherfucking day and shit. And reclaim your time. You're not going to get any more time, I'm telling you. And I think retirement should be at age 40. I really do. I think it should be retirement at age 40. Our whole setup, our whole system, we'd have to change our lifestyle a lot, obviously, but I think our whole system should be to retire at age 40. Everybody should be able to retire at age 40. Instead, they're asking you to go till you're 67. 70 in some countries. Fuck that shit.